Or yes in the comments if you can see my screen, if you can see the StoryReel dashboard, and if you can hear me loud and clear. Give me a one or yes. All right, awesome. Lots of ones and yeses. Brilliant. Let's jump into StoryReel. Now, originally I planned to do like a really extensive 30-40 minutes long demo, but then I realized the way we have created StoryReel, it is so simple and it is so fast to use. You don't really need to spend a lot of time. So first thing, when you log into your dashboard, you see this little dashboard. You can see all the story videos and all the web stories that you have created. And let me just walk you through the dashboard a little quick. You can go into my accounts and you can check what level it is. You can see and change your password, your email, and all that stuff. You have privacy setting to control your data and everything. You have accounts management based on which version of StoryReel you have. You can manage clients account and team members account. Then you get access to all the upgrades, which is the masterclass, agency rebranding, business finder, templates, catable, client contracts, reseller license, video promo, web hosting, a lot of different things that are included. Now on the dashboard, you can see how many templates you have. Now this account that I have right now has about 94 templates because it's a review account that I created for myself. But you'll have an account that will have about like a little over 100 templates, and you'll get access to an account level where you will get about 10 new templates added every month. All right, let's jump into creating. So it's super easy. You log into the dashboard and you click on create story, and then you give your story a name, a campaign name. It could be anything, whatever you want your project to be recognized as. So let's start with real estate staging. All right, then click on next. Now what this will do, it'll take you to a blank canvas area, right? Now if you want to be creative, if you want to have full control over what content you want to share, you don't want to use templates, you have blank canvas, it's perfect. So right over here, let me zoom in so you can see all the options here. So we've got colors, we got gradients, so you can create your own gradients. I'm going to show you how to do it. You can upload your own image, or you can search from the image. You can upload it here, or you can search from, let's say, real estate staging. Or let's just type real estate, and I search. Now what it's gonna do, it's gonna find all these tons of royalty-free images that you can use as a background, right? So if you see here, this tab is the background. If you mouse over, it's the background. So you can use this as the background. So let's see, I like this one. This is nicer. See if we have something else as well. Plenty of nice images that you can pick from. Let's try this one. This looks fancy. So what's gonna do, let me zoom out. It's gonna add this as a background image, right? Let me zoom out a little bit more. Yeah, so this is the background image added here, right here. Perfect. Yeah, same way you can add videos as well as a background if you don't want a still image. Let me search a video as well. Again, royalty free videos, you can mouse over them to preview. Now since we're on a webinar, the connection speed goes low, so the preview might be a little bit slow, but you can see all these different kinds of videos that you can add. Now this looks nice, but it's not America. Let's see what else can we add. Real estate. This is Dubai. Actually, I'm in Dubai. Why not use Dubai? Let's use this one. This looks nicer and fancier. But as you can see, this is a brilliant looking story background, just like lovely. Look at it. It's like skyline, aerial view of a city, perfect for house staging, coaches, consultant, or even if you're selling as a service, right? You can even add GIFs. You can add patterns, different patterns, or you can upload your own background image or video, whatever you want, right? Then I'm gonna come to templates at the end. I just want to show you how easy it is, even if you do it from scratch, right? Now next, I'm going to come to templates later. Next, we're going to add headings, some text, right? So we can add a heading. These kind of these are predefined headings, predefined font size, font type, right? But if you want to add more content, you can use paragraph or supporting span content as well. So let's say this. So I select this layer, and if I click over here, I can add my text. Real estate staging masterclass. Let's say I have a course about real estate staging, right? Let me remove this space. Then let me zoom out a little bit so you can see. I can increase, decrease this. I can just do this, and it's perfect. Now, let me make it a little bit smaller. I'm about perfection. Okay, this is great. Now, I can change different, try different fonts if I want. A bunch of different fonts to play with. You can, yeah, this looks like more like a fancier one, so we'll stick with this font. You can increase the font size if you want. Just type, like, let's make it 25. 25 looks alright. Let's drag and drop it a little bit. Yeah, this is perfect. Now we can bold it if we want. We can make it italic. We can make everything capital. We can remove the italic. We can underline it, right? Now I can change the font color to whatever I want. See right here, these are some predefined colors, but if you click on it, you get the color picker as well, so you can choose whatever you want. Let's try something golden if we can. Yeah, this looks nicer. Ooh, yeah, fancy. Okay, perfect. If I want, I can add a background as well, right? So if I click on this, it's gonna add some sort of a background to it, like this. This looks nice, purple and this. You can add border as well if you want a little bit of it, but I'm not a fan of borders, to be honest. So I'm gonna leave it as it is. You can change the color of the border. You can add shadows. I want to add some shadow, definitely. Let's add some white shadows. There we go. So let me show you how shadows look like. So let me zoom in a little bit. Hang on. There you go. So you see this shadow thing? The white shadow that's just being added? That's what shadows do. Right, perfect. So we've got this story right here, perfectly created. Now, of course, I can add a lot more stuff. I can go into image library over here, and I can search for, let's say, let's try luxury. See what we come up with, because we're like, luxury real estate staging. Anybody who doesn't know what real estate staging means, essentially, it's furnishing your apartment or your house or your villa so you can sell it at a higher price. That's what real estate agents do. So now I've added this image, and I can drag it and put it here. Now if I want, I can make it smaller a little bit. And then let me add another image. Oh, I just changed it. Sorry. You need to click outside. Okay, let me just drag it down a little bit. Or let me leave some space. Then I'm going to click outside on the blank canvas. And then I'm going to add another image. Perfect. Oops. Let me select this. And I'm going to drag it here. And I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. And then I can add more text. Let's say I want to add more text. So I'm going to do it here. I'm going to keep this here. I'm going to add some text like create homes like these. Right? And I'm going to add white text on a purple background. Or another background. Let's try this. Yeah, something like this. Then I've got this story created. Again, this is just like not a really beautiful looking, but it's functional, right? It gets you. You can add background audio, like a voiceover if you want. So you can choose from all these different languages and accents that we have, tons and tons of them, right? And it's super easy. The text is pre-added, so you don't have to copy paste and write it. It's going to create and add it to it. You can even translate the text into different language. Let's say if I want to do Dutch, right? It's going to translate this text into Dutch, and then then you can use one of the Dutch language translator for voiceover to do it. Now, if you have sonority, you can connect your sonority and add that and add background music to it. So if I want, I can add this background music. So every time the story loads, there's going to be this background music playing all the time. I don't know if you can hear it. It's a bit mild, but yeah, this background music is added, right? I can even upload my own voiceover if I want, or you can record your own voiceover right from the dashboard. Now we got two other elements, the elements and the add-ons. The elements is where you can add some icons, right? So, let's say you want to add it as show it that one of these images is a YouTube video. So you can add this image and you can make it smaller. Yeah. And then you can just drag it. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Okay, perfect. And let me just drag it here. So now it looks like it's a YouTube video, and we'll ask users to click on it. Now, you see this image, and do you see this add link? I can turn this on and add my YouTube video link. Boom. Now, this link will only work if I publish this story as a web story. I'll show you that in a minute. But you got a bunch of these icons. You can search a lot more icons. And then we've got 3 interactive stuff. And we're adding a couple more. So once you get access to it by tomorrow or day after tomorrow, you'll see a lot more interaction, like call to action, Twitter, buttons, more things. But you can add polls. You can add a button. And you can add location. So if I click on this, it's going to add this button. Now, you can customize the button as you want. You can change. You can add the color. You can customize it. Add a link right over here if you see at the bottom right corner. Now, if you want to delete some elements, as you can see, we've got this delete slide button, delete element button. So this little panel helps you control all these elements. So if you want to delete something, you can delete that, right? And right here, you can preview it over here. You can delete this slide if you want. You can duplicate this slide. You can add another slide in front, and you can add another slide at the back. That's how stories look like, right? So this is our, let's say, our first slide, and we're creating a story for the web. Let me add a call to action location just to show you. Let's say Orlando, right? So I type this. This is a location one. So if you see here, let me change the font color so it becomes a bit more visible. There you go. So when you publish as a web story and somebody clicks on this, it'll open Google Map and open Orlando. So you could literally put your own business address in here, right? And when they click on it, it's going to open the location to your office or your store or wherever it is, right? So that's one way of promoting your business on web and on social media as well. Now we got a bunch of settings. You can add watermarks, you can add logos, you can decide how long the slide is going to be. So it's selected as 5 seconds, but you can make it like 15 seconds. I recommend maximum 15 seconds is good. You can decide if you want to keep it mute or not. Right now we don't have any voiceover, so there's nothing to mute except the music, so you can decrease the volume. So if you add voiceover, you can make voiceover to be 100 and music to be 10. So there's a background music and voiceover both playing at the same time. What we can also do is publish this as a web story or export it as a social media, which will be rendering it as a video. Now, if you want to publish this as a story, web story, you can add more pages, right? Let me show you how. So I click on add this little plus button. It's going to add another slide. Slide 1, slide 2. Now this is blank. Now if I don't want to customize this from scratch, we've got these hundreds of beautifully designed templates, and we're adding tons new templates every single day. Hundreds of these templates are here. You can search from them and you can add more template. Now look at it. This template is already created. It's added. It's beautiful. It's perfect, right? And you can change everything in this template. You can change this image. You can change the text. You can write your own name. You can change this text to whatever. You can write your phone number. You can write your email, your website link, and everything. And what happens next is when you play this, so it'll load this slide first, and then next it'll load this slide. Sounds good? Now, you can even add animations to all these elements. So let's say for this image, I want to add animation. So I'm going to go up here. Let's first change the filter, right? We've got a bunch of these filters for all the graphics, for all the text. So you can change these filters to make the image look different, right? See, it's just one click and you can change how the image looks. So if you want something more professional or like grayscale-ish, you could do that. More bright if you want. If you want to keep it black and white, you could do that. Next, you can add animations. You can preview it as well. So let's select the element first, and then we've got a bunch of these animations. So it's going to be like a fade in animation. Every time you play it, it's going to be fade in. Now, you can make it longer as well. If I make it 2 seconds, so it's going to be a little bit slower, right? You can make this as well. 2 seconds slower, right? So you can change this kind of animation. Let me change this back to 1 second. Quick, faster one so we can preview them. So we've got a bunch of these animation styles that you can play with. And you can do that with any element that you see, like this. And when you preview it, it's going to look exactly like that. So if I go back here and I don't want this slide, I can click on delete button. Oh, that's just the I can click the delete button over here, and it's going to delete that slide. So now this is just one slide left. And again, I can preview it, and it's going to show me all the animations that I've added or whatever changes that I made. Now this is going to be a web story. Now if you want to publish it, you can click on render over here, and it's going to start rendering the video. Now you can even add a slide before this. So again, this is your first slide. This was your first slide. Now we've added another blank slide, and you can add another template here, right? Now if I go here, add another one, so this is going to add another third slide, and I'm going to add this one, little text here. So I've got like 3 different slides. Now I can publish all of these as a video slide, add content, add interactive elements like I showed you, change the background, customize the background. Like if I don't like the background here, I can change whatever I want. As you can see, I can change the background image. I can add gradients if I want. If I click on it, I can do a little bit of a gradient play here, like this. Or I could add an image as well as the background. Since it's a real stage thing, I can add that. I could again add a video. Where's my new favorite video? Change all these different animations and video clips that you can add, and once you're done playing with it, once you're done customizing it, changing whatever you wanted to add in here, you can go to publish. Now publish has 2 options. Publish it as a web story and a social media story. So let me explain you the difference. So web story essentially means it's going to give you a link that you can share on social media, put it on your website. You can embed it on your website, on your blogs, or just leave the link as it is, and Google will start indexing it. Now when Google indexes them, automatically you will start generating traffic to your options. And now the coolest thing about web story is like there's no SEO optimization right now. Google will automatically find these stories and start showing them on their mobile searches, right? So let me show you how web story publishing works. So you click on this, you give it a title, real estate staging, right? And you can select your language. You can write your name if you want. You can upload logo or in favicon if you want. You can go to SEO. Now this is where you add a little bit about your keywords and tag, just a little bit, like just to give a basic idea about what this story is about, real estate staging. So I can just copy paste all that stuff. You can add Google Analytics. This is something I recommend to add if you want to get a lot more traffic, because Analytics really just tells Google like, okay, we just published a story, go pick it up. They will come and crawl it. And then once you're done, you can either publish it on your own domain. We've got instructions here how to add your own domain, right? So it could be like yourname.com/story1, or you could just publish it on StoryReel on our domain. That's it. Now once you're done playing with it, what's going to happen, it'll automatically save the story. You don't have to save it, so all your changes are automatically saved, right? Now if you want to publish it as a video story, right, for social media, you click on export for social media, right? Now the only thing that's going to happen is when you add interactive stuff like locations or polls, those will not be included in the videos, because the video, which is MP4, does not really support that sort of stuff. So it'll remove those, and then it'll just render the video and let you download that video. Now when you publish it on Instagram or YouTube Shorts or TikTok, all these platforms allow different kind of interactive elements that you can have to add using their own app, right? So what that does, it gives you more visibility. So yeah, that's how StoryReel works. It's super easy. You can see all the stories you have created, all the videos that are rendering, all the web stories that you have created. You can search from them, and the rendering is stupidly fast. We've added such amazing new technology with rendering. You can connect your Facebook and YouTube account and publish your videos, your stories directly into Facebook groups, pages, profiles on your YouTube channels. If you have Sybit, ScriptReel, TrimReel, or LiveReel access, you can use our other apps to do a lot more. And we've got a detailed help and tutorial section right built inside the application that you can access and learn more how to use StoryReel for your stories and web story creation processes, right? And yeah, if you have any questions at all, you can always reach out to our support team by clicking on this little bubble up here. Or let me just zoom in, or you can just email us at support@ynesx.com, and our team will help you with whatever questions you have, whatever help you need. So how many of you think this is cool? How many of you think you can create at least 4 new stories every single day? 4 videos and then same stories as a web story, and then publish all 4 of them every single day on 4 or 5 different social media platforms: TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Stories, and Facebook Stories. 4 of these. If you do that every day for like a week, you can easily start generating 1,000 to 2,000 visitors to your websites, to your offers, and that's a lot of money if you ask me. So how many of you think this was easy to use, this was cool? Give me a 3 in the comment if you think this was cool, if this was easy to use, and you think you can create stories with you.